Forget the T-Rex. Close your eyes. Picture, if you dare, a predator so ferocious and so utterly terrifying that it made even the mighty king of lizards tremble. A beast with jaws like serrated daggers, teeth longer than your forearm, and a hunger that swallowed whole ecosystems. This is the chilling legacy of the Carcharodontosaurus. The shark-toothed lizard is a monster more nightmare than flesh and bone. Its reign stretched across prehistoric Africa, a reign painted in blood and bone. But its story, like its shadow, stretches beyond. It whispers of ancient battles and of landscapes torn asunder by claws and teeth. It speaks of a time when the earth itself trembled at the footfall of a predator like no other. Along with Spinosaurus and Bahariosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus was one of the biggest theropod predators. It lived in northern Africa during the early to late Cretaceous period. It was one of the biggest Carcharodontosaurids, about the same size as Pteranodon and Sauroniops, and a little smaller than Giganotosaurus. This species of lion grew to be 12 to 13 meters long, 3.5 to 3.8 meters tall at the hips, and 7 to 9 tons heavy. Dinosaur researchers used to think that they had the biggest head of all the theropods. However, the original head was missing the premaxilla and quadrate bones, which caused experts to get the size of it wrong. It has now been suggested that the length be cut down to 5 feet, 3 inches. So, either Giganotosaurus or Tyrannosaurus now have the record for having the biggest theropod head. Back in 1756, Charles Deperet and J. Savernin were the first people to find fossils of a Carcharodontosaurus in North America. Its name was Megalosaurus saharicus at first, but Ernst Stromer von Reichenbach changed it to what it is known as today in 1831. During World War II, fighter planes belonging to the Allies were responsible for the destruction of these early remains of this dinosaur. The museum, along with all of the specimens of Carcharodontosaurus that it contained, was destroyed. However, in 1914, paleontologist Paul Sereno discovered further skull parts and discovered them in North Africa. Stephen Broussat and Paul Sereno proposed that the existence of a second species of Carcharodontosaurus saharicus was distinct from this specimen in a number of respects, particularly with regard to the maxilla and the brain case. The Carcharodontosaurus was a carnivorous dinosaur that had enormous jaws and razor-sharp teeth that could grow to be as long as 8 inches. It is possible that it lived in groups, similar to its related Mapusaurus. However, there is no evidence from fossil discovery to support this hypothesis. The animal could have been a hunter as well as a scavenger at the same time. The creature in question had a large skull that was adorned with more than 60 teeth that resembled blades. These teeth were designed to penetrate and rip apart the flesh of its prey, which might have been immature sauropods or ornithopods. In comparison to the arms of a T-Rex, its arms were longer and more powerful than those of a T-Rex. Each of their hands was adorned with 3 claws. Despite the fact that their arms were probably not used for hunting, it is possible that they were employed to assist them in mating. Carcharodontosaurus was probably a crafty and active hunter and recycler, much like the majority of contemporary canines today, according to the documentary that is known as BBC Earth's Planet Dinosaur. According to this program, the scenario is acceptable. According to Larramendi's calculation for upright speed, the Carcharodontosaurus traveled at a speed of around 22 to 33 km per hour. Physically speaking, it was unable to achieve a sprinting speed, much like every other megatheropod that weighed more than 3 tons. There were similarities between the brain endocast and the inner ear anatomy of Carcharodontosaurus saharicus and those of modern crocodilians. Although the size of the cerebrum in comparison to the whole brain was comparable to that of modern non-avian snakes, it was relatively tiny in comparison to the cerebrums of coelurosaurian theropods and birds. The results and research that are now being conducted by scientists will undoubtedly provide more insight on the health, behavior, natural conditions, and connections within the Carcharodontosaurus species. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep exploring the wonders of ancient creatures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content.